Compassion Beyond Borders, or CBB, has a mission to educate the poorest, most vulnerable girls in the world. The mission is straightforward in most countries, but Kenya has posed special challenges. Poverty in Kenya is so extreme that abandonment of children has become commonplace. The girls in greatest need of educational scholarships often have even more pressing needs unmet: the needs for housing, food, and safety. To address these needs, CBB opened 2 hostels which house about 50 scholarship girls, and the girls now refer to CBB's executive director as Dad. Janice, for example, was abandoned by her parents when she was just 9. Her older siblings disappeared as they tried to fend for themselves, so Janice was left as the sole support for her twin sister, her 4-month-old baby sister, and her bedridden grandmother. To survive, she dropped out of school and begged at construction sites for odd jobs where she earned about $1 a day. Out of that, she had to buy milk for her baby sister and food for her twin, her grandmother, and herself.
I've come from Samburu, in a village called Wamba. I live with my grandmother. My parents left at 2009.
The emotional burden of having others rely on her at such a young age, along with the deep sense of rejection by her parents, has brought her great sadness and a strength that no child her age should have. She is not bitter, however. She has an amazingly sweet personality and is happy with her current life. She says in her tribe, girls are sold like cattle, and that if she hadn't been rescued by CBB, she would have been circumcised and sold in marriage to a much older man.
Masai, they don't value girls. They see girls as because they sell girls with cattle. So when you reach to 8 years, they circumcise you, and then you are given to a man who is older than you.
Much older.
Yeah.
She is very grateful to be living in a CBB hostel instead.
Then somebody told me to come to Isiolo. Then I met Dad and Mom. Then they decided to sponsor me. Then I'm grateful to Dad and Mom. Thank you.
Another typical story in the hostels is that of sexual abuse. Mary, for example, was orphaned as an infant and came under the care of her alcoholic grandfather. He used to sell her to men for a bottle of booze. One day when she was 10, he sold her in marriage to a man who used her for one night, then kicked her out on the streets to survive alone. Mary lived on the street for several months, going from house to house begging for food until the local chief found her and brought her to CBB. Mary has an unbelievably spunky personality. A wild cat used to prowl around one of the hostels at night and terrify the girls, as they were convinced the cat was possessed by an evil spirit. Even the girls who were much older and bigger would hide in fear, but little Mary stood her ground and protected the other girls. She is also very affectionate and loves to be held by female visitors who serve as temporary mother figures for her. She is an absolute delight and is now one of the top students in her class. Life in the hostels is not easy by American standards, but the girls are happy and grateful because life here is so much better than what they came from. For one thing, they never wake up wondering if they will have anything to eat that day. The hostel food is simple, relying heavily on Kenyan staples like cabbage, roots, beans, corn, and leafy greens, but it is plentiful and no child goes hungry. The girls take care of themselves and each other, so their days are very long and difficult, rising before daylight for school, washing their uniforms in a bucket of cold water, and polishing their shoes every day when they get home. Chopping wood for cooking fuel, preparing and cleaning up after the meals, mopping the floors, and finally studying. On their days off, they work in the fields where they grow corn and beans for their meals.
So what time do you get up in the morning?
At 4.
You get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Oh my goodness. What do you do when you get up?
I prepare ourselves.
Oh, prepare yourself, okay.
After that, we pray.
Then you pray?
Yeah. Then we leave from this to school.
What time do you leave?
We leave at 5.
You leave at 5 o'clock? You leave here at 5?
Yeah.
When is school over? 5:20? So you're at school from for 12 hours. Oh my goodness. And then when you come home, what do you do when you come home? You wash your clothes every day? Yes, every day? Wow. Do you polish your shoes?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
You polish your shoes? You'll show me how to polish shoes? I don't know how to polish shoes. Do you know that in America, kids never polish their shoes?
Wow, why?
Why? I don't know. What happens if you don't polish your shoes? Do you get in trouble at school?
Yeah.
You get in trouble at school if your shoes aren't polished?
Yes.
Do you go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through Saturday? So you go to school on Saturday?
Yeah.
6 days every week?
Yes.
And Sunday?
No.
You don't go to school on Sunday?
Yes.
What do you do on Sunday?
Go to church.
Okay. And in the afternoon?
We start to prepare our supper.
You prepare your supper, so you do chores? What time do you go to bed at night?
Kids can go to sleep at 9, and these big girls can be left to study for a little.
So maybe 10 o'clock for the bigger girls?
Or 12.
10 or 12, and you get up at 4 in the morning?
Yes.
So you study till midnight, and then you get up at 4.
Yeah.
Aren't you tired?
What?
You get tired?
No.
I can't imagine American children working so hard, yet these children are so grateful for a safe place to live with all their needs met that they don't even think to complain. They are glad they have uniforms to wash and water to wash them with. They are happy they have wood to chop and food to prepare. They are grateful they are able to go to school and have books to study. They don't even seem to understand that their life is hard. In fact, by Kenyan standards, it isn't. They laugh and sing and dance and celebrate the wonderful community in which they have found themselves. They celebrate the many blessings that CBB has brought them, that you have brought them. When they are asked what they want to do with their lives, there is a common theme that emerges. They want to help others as they have been helped. Carolyn, whose aunt used to force her to sleep outside at night and was given no food to eat, said, "My dream is to become a great doctor, and when I leave the hostel, I want to be a better person, not the way I came." Dinah, who never met her mother and was living in dire poverty, said, "I want to become a nurse and help many people in the world." Faith, whose father died and whose mother abandoned her in the care of a paralyzed aunt, said, "I dream of helping other children who are needy, just as I was helped." Lillian, whose mother died and father abandoned her, said, "When I leave the hostel, I will help other children like me because I want them to learn and be happy like me." Doris was abandoned by her parents and had nowhere to live. She said, "I want to work to help the many needy children because I was once in the same situation and I understand how they feel and what they want in life." She is currently a senior at the best high school in the district, and she was elected president of the student body. Joy, the daughter of a prostitute, said, "I came to the hostel being nobody, but I will leave being somebody." Sadly, Joy chose to return to her mother and will probably soon work alongside her to keep from starving. We wish every child could be saved, but the harsh reality of working with the desperately needy is that some are lost, at least to us. Thankfully, there are many whose lives are indeed a cause for celebration. We invite you to celebrate these children with us.